The year was 2009, winter had just begun. I'd just finished my night shift at the hospital. It was a big building, and I worked in the neurological department. I was very clued up on brain, nervous system, and spinal cord disorders. It was around 5 in the morning, so still dark out. Walking to my car, something felt off. Suddenly, I heard a sound of metal from behind, and everything turned black. Upon waking, my surroundings didn't seem familiar. It was still really dark. It looked like a basement. It had one single small window, unusually high up on one of the walls. It was completely bare, except for a small, thin blanket in the corner. It felt like a movie. I was just 20 years old at the time. There was also a single, thick metal door with a lock on it. I needed to figure out what was happening. I walked over to the door and tried it. It was locked, panicking now, as I didn't have a clue where I was or how I got here. I began kicking the door, but it was no use. It didn't budge. I screamed so much I almost lost my voice. I looked around for something to allow me access to that window, but there was nothing. Just then, the door handle started moving, and I heard the sound of keys in the lock. In walks this broad guy wearing a mask. He says, "Long time, no see Jill." His voice is distorted through his mask. He removes it, and I'm shaken to the core. It was an ex-patient of mine. He had a really bad accident and his mind was still messed up. He blamed me for not fixing him. He says, "Want to know what it's like to live as me?" while pulling out a metal baseball bat from behind him. I recognize that sound. He picks it up and swings at me. I dodged it. He swings again, and I can hear my nose pop as it breaks. Blood was gushing out. He laughs manically at this. Swinging again, he hits the side of my head. I immediately feel dizzy. I need to escape. He kicks my leg so hard that it buckles and snaps. Falling to the ground in agony, he's coming at me again. As he gets lower, I punch him in the private area, and he falls down. Now is my only chance. Dragging myself, he pulls me back. I grab the metal baseball bat and whack him so hard over the head, it's bleeding and he's knocked out, maybe even dead. I drag myself to the door and use the banister to pull myself up the stairs. The front door is in my sight. I drag myself to the door, reach the handle and open it. I just couldn't go any further. I passed out. I awoke in the hospital, and the police informed me they found a body in the basement of the house where I was found lying in the doorway. They had CCTV footage of him following me to my car, hitting me with that bat, and carrying me into his car and driving off. He was also wanted in connection to multiple murders over the years. I had a very lucky escape. I quit my job and worked down the road from my house and only worked during daytime hours.